EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports in the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around and hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, you want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back on their chairs, sitting on their hands. The more energy you give them, the more noise, it does make it a little less efficient to operate, especially on offense. So come out fast, come out furious, and see if you can take this crowd out right from the jump.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we can feel it all the way up here in the booth.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Love. It's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
From the gun, it's Love. This one, up top for Dobbs. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Second down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Russ. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Packers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw it on 1st down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
We'll go play action with Love. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Quick throw, taken in. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have...
He's got his big tight end. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So That's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown. Now Wilson on the designed run. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. On play action, Love. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Love. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Now a 3rd and 2. Now Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now, faking the give. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Two minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Love. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Love. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. And the defense has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Wilson will throw again. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Again, Wilson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes. Tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Austin brought in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll tuck it and take off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Try to run for it with Harris. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Dobbs headed in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
On comes the Packers punting team. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. the shotgun. Wilson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Harris. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Wilson lines up in the pistol. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
They'll go play action with Love. A 1st down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Love. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Packers set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Play action. It's Wilson. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 1st and 10. A run. Here's Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Harris. And a nice run. He's got a first down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the fourth quarter.
Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's to the big tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 1st and goal. Williams in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep to the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Russell Wilson, touchdown Steelers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Now it's McManus for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Packers are on top. It's 14-10. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He's to midfield. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
And how quickly momentum can turn right around. You just gave up the lead on a touchdown a minute ago, but now the energy swings right back. I mean, he was nearly able to take that one the distance.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
At this point in the game, you find yourself trailing. There's only so many possessions left here in regulation. And now after that first down sack, this is on the verge of being another wasted possession, and they're getting pretty close here to desperation time.
They go play action with Wilson. High throw, but it's reeled in. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Now Russ. He'll try to run for it.
Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of the first.
It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right, and I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot on the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.